So here we are, week 6, the heart of the program, right in the middle, and it's all about heart. But I have to start out with a bit of a confession, which is that I feel a little bit of a fraud teaching this. I think I probably know quite a lot about meditation, probably more than most, not more than anybody. I'm not an expert, but I have been studying it a long time, and I've practiced in all sorts of different places, in all sorts of different traditions. I'm fascinated by it. I've studied it a lot, from the mountains in the Himalayas to monasteries in California, all over the place, all over the world, and lots of different traditions. And yeah, I think I know a bit. But in this realm, which I now believe is the most important realm, I came to it very late. And it wasn't my teacher's fault. My teachers were like, this is important. And you can imagine there's a lot of talk about compassion in meditation circles. And I kind of went through the motions. I did what I was supposed to do. I did these exercises and I did other related exercises. I read books about it. I wrote essays about it, which I have since found, and they're not bad actually. So I obviously read the books and thought about it. But I just didn't think compassion, love stuff was for me. I thought it was really nice that people did it. That's great. Makes the world a better place. But it wasn't for me. I thought it was for nice people. And I wasn't particularly interested in being nice. I was working on Wall Street. There wasn't a lot of room for nice. I was doing meditation for other reasons. I wasn't that interested in the compassion thing. I sort of thought of it as slightly weak, to be honest. I thought it was something people did because they wanted to be liked. I mean, goodness knows I wanted to be liked. But I thought this was kind of like the weakest strategy in becoming popular, was to be nice, to be kind, to be generous. I'm embarrassed because now I can't imagine I know how I thought that, but now I recognize it's like one of the hardest things to do, requires enormous strength and courage, and there's so much in this practice. So it took me a while, but I finally got here, and I'm still very much a work in progress. Anybody who knows me well is probably going, what is he teaching people about love or compassion? And I get it. I'm a work in progress. I like to say I've come a long way. I have a long way to go. And I now feel so passionately that this is such an important practice that I hope I can convince you to do this. And maybe it's not like a one and done. You don't like do this practice and all of a sudden you become a saint. I'm certainly no saint. But I think there's a continuum of this stuff, and we can get better and better and better. And what better thing to do for the rest of our lives than to work on this, which every civilization, every culture, every religious tradition, even virtually every pop song has said, surely love is the most important thing. Yes, there are lots of other important things too. But this could be possibly like, this is the last game really worth playing, is to really explore this, to play with this, to develop this, to cultivate this. So, how do we do this? Well, the premise of this is not that we're trying to achieve something or make something happen or create some kind of artificial state in us. We're not doing that, actually. We are cultivating an innate skill that we already have. We have this quality within us. You know you have it, of love, kindness, compassion, generosity. We have these incredible abilities, but maybe we don't practice it quite as much as we might. So the premise is that we have these, but they are skills that we can work on and we can develop. Because just as we have these skills of love and kindness, compassion, generosity, we also have the other qualities of selfishness, jealousy, judgment, anger, frustration, ego, all these other things that take place as well. So it's a question of trying to notice where we are and then seeing if we can pull forth, bring out, unveil, uncover and develop these other innate qualities that we have. There's a Sufi poet, I think he's about 10th century-ish, probably wrong about that, but from a long time ago, a guy called Rumi, and I think he says it very well. I'm going to read the quote. Your task is not to seek for love. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers you have built against it. So there is this, the premise is that you have this deeper self. You are familiar with it, you touch into it, you have a sense that it is there. It is that truest part of you, the best part of you. That part of you that you know has courage and wisdom and balance and joy and creativity and perhaps most importantly, love. Deeply loving. And that's who we are at our core. But the problem is that we get lost. It gets obscured. We get confused. There are all these other messages in our society, from our parents, from our teachers, from culture, from TV, from the media. You watch a TV show, you watch a movie, you look at YouTube. There are all these books. There are so many opinions out there about who you should be, what you should do, what you should have achieved, how you should be, how to be better at X, Y, or Z. All these different messages, and it's not that they're wrong or unhelpful, but that there are so many of them that our sense of who we are, it gets lost. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers you have built against it. So the idea is that we've sort of just lost touch with this part of ourselves. And in these practices, we're just getting back in touch. We're directing our attention back towards that piece of ourselves that sometimes gets lost, clouded over